today, but I got a guest today. Yes, as you can see, Miss Cheryl Rogers is here. She wanted to come on and say, I don't know what she want to say, but we're about to find out. She's been traveling today. Maybe we can find out exactly where she is. But you guys are always welcome to make comments. Let me just turn on my comment thing here. We're live on YouTube. We're live on LinkedIn. It's just a wonderful afternoon here, and I'm in LA, and Cheryl's in. Where are you at, Cheryl?
I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay, okay. So she out there doing her thing. Cheryl does meeting planning, and we work together. We sometimes partner on certain events that she's doing. We didn't partner on this one though, but she did it on her own, right? She did a solo act. Okay, so but hey, that's just how it works sometimes, right? Sometimes these planners get a mind of their own and think they can do everything themselves. You know what I mean? Which is good though. That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just joking. Okay. But no, how things are going? How things going?
Things are going really well. I literally just got off the plane probably a little bit over an hour ago. And I was whisked over here. I'm staying at the Renaissance Hotel in Bloomington. So, it's all about getting those Bonvoy points going. But
Mm.
really nice. It's actually really nice. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm in one of their double queens. I had to look. I was just like, what size bed is it? But it gives you a very collegiate feel in here, as you can see the things that are behind me. Feel very at home. The bathroom and the let me see if I can take you on a little journey,
Oh, you
if
got
you
two
will.
beds in there. You got somebody else in there with you? Huh? Just asked. What?
You can tell this is going to go downhill very quickly. So, with that being said, it's really great. The hospitality I received upon check-in was wonderful. I am here with the George Floyd Global Memorial Committee, Planning Committee. We're all staying here at this property. And this week and into the weekend, we will be celebrating the life and remembering the life of George Floyd. But beyond that, it's an opportunity for us to connect as a diverse community coming together and really acknowledging what his life was, but also how his life has kind of forced the trajectory of some of the issues that took his life. And so there is a 2-day conference that begins tomorrow that's held at the Best Buy campus, if you will. And that goes Thursday and Friday. Friday, there is a visual that will be taking place at George Floyd Square. And then we go into what is it? Saturday. Sorry, Friday after. Hold on, what is today? Today is Wednesday. Okay, let me
Yeah,
back up.
today is Wednesday. Yeah, Hump
Sorry, I
Day.
was just
Hello, hello.
I've missed some
Yeah,
things.
and you're live right now. Okay, so we ain't got time for all these lapses and what's going on.
Stop
Okay.
it. So the conference starts tomorrow and it goes Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow we'll have you're so funny. We'll have the vigil, and then Friday is the George Floyd Global Memorial Gala, Rise and Remember Gala, and so that is going to be hosted at Paisley Park. And really excited about that because I'm a part of that planning committee and group of wonderful event planners and meeting planners. And then on Saturday, there is the festival that takes place where folks in the community get together. There's all kind of vendors, both food and health services, everything that you can think of that bring the greater community together in celebration of not only his life and in remembrance of him, but also in just having a better understanding of our differences and where we fall short and finding ways to bridge the gap. So
Very good, very good. Now, did you were part of the planning committee for all that? I mean, I know your expertise is meeting planning and things like that. Now, were you involved in a lot of that stuff as well, the planning of some of the events?
absolutely. And then also, not only involved in that, but also serving in a support role. Let's face it, when you have that many different things that are going on, all the hands that you can get, and especially all of our expertise has come into play. And it's the little things that you don't think about. Even upon getting here, we are also hosting um, a large number of his family and just making sure that they're comfortable, because we also have to remember that this was their family member. George was an integral part of the community, but it's his family. So these are fresh. When you think about it, if anybody has lost anybody that's near and dear to them, it brings up a lot of those deep seated feelings that you've had, and especially with the loss of life, the way his life was taken. And so there's a lot of healing that still is happening, and so we have to be very mindful of that, and we try to make sure that we're catering to the family as they have all arrived, and also remember that this is a celebration, and we are not going to allow his murder to be one of which where his life has a loss. We obviously he lost his life, but the meaning of his life and what his legacy will remain, it will remain strong. And so that's a lot of the things that we're doing. One of the things that I will say is, like, when you get a group of planners together, we all come with a wealth of information and contacts and ideas. But beyond that is seeing how all of us were able to come together and work collectively and create this great week, or actually, you might as well say week, but weekend of activities. It's amazing. And I'm so fortunate to be a part of this.
Very good, very good. Good to hear. Good to hear. So you're there from today till you leave on Sunday? Sunday? Does
Sunday.
it go to? Okay, all right. Very good, very good. And the trip was good. No issues getting, from San Diego to where you are.
Not at all. Yeah, there's always something, right? But I actually I flew Delta, had a great conversation with a gentleman who was sitting next to me, and I'll say this because you and I, we have a show that we do on Instagram called What the Hell, and we talk about different things that happen throughout our week and in travels and whatnot. But I will make mention of this. This gentleman by the name of Lee, who lives in Wisconsin, he was sitting next to me, and I initially was sitting on the aisle seat and he at the window, and he walked up, he goes, "I'm actually in that seat, but if you like the window, you can have at it." And I was like, "No, I wouldn't take your window. You're more than one." He goes, "I'm just gonna be straight up. I pee a lot. So unless you want me crawling over you." So I was like, "Not a problem. Say less." So I go ahead and I move over. He was not kidding. In that flight, he got up 7 times. I say, "Yeah, bruh, you sat in the right seat today."
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Well, hey, well, at least he
Really
was
interesting.
honest. At least he told you up front.
He was, and very, very nice
How many
gentleman.
times did you pee? How many times you go?
We are not talking about me, and I did not judge. It's a little
I just
personal there.
you telling off on him. I mean, I just want to know how many times did you go? Did you have to go at any time? Did you
No,
have to crawl over him?
I didn't get up one single time. I sat
Okay,
there and I
all right. Was
Rosa
that a
and
3 hour flight? 3.5 hour
it
flight?
was
Something like that?
Mhm.
Okay, okay. So, all right, just asking. I mean, you telling off on my dude. I mean, I just want to, see, how many times you had to go. Okay. As you can see, that's how these interactions with Cheryl and I go. We do this thing called What the Hell on, Fridays on Instagram. But like I said, I do these daily check-ins every day, Monday through Friday. Time is
You did.
unknown. I do the times. It just depends on when I'm available to do it. But I was having a conversation with Cheryl yesterday because I did On Air with Russell of Hotels yesterday, and I had originally invited her to come on, um, but she probably forgot that it was her turn to come on. But
You came at the
I
last
text
minute.
her, and said, hey, we'll do it next week because I actually had to I can do these things. It's my show, right? So I basically had I had to thank some people. I had just did a site tour at a hotel and had lunch, and I thought it was important for me to kind of highlight that hotel, and I can't do that when I have a guest. So. And then Cheryl is flexible, right? So we'll do it next week. So Cheryl will be my guest next Tuesday on air with Russell of Hotels. We'll talk about, we'll talk about more in detail about, what she does, her meeting, the meetings that she does and how she got involved in that. Maybe it's not about, the meetings that she does. It's about how she got involved in this space. Because I always say no two people got in this hospitality industry alike, right? And you'll be probably interested in to know how she got in, maybe surprised, and you'll be thanking her. I'll tell you, I guarantee you'll be thanking her when you find out, how she got in and what she did before that, right? So, but no, she has a great story to tell, and I'm the one to tell it. So there you go, and there you go. So, but no, we just wanted to come on for a little while and just chat and see what's going on. She's in it's Minneapolis, right? That's where you are, Minneapolis.
Yes, yes.
And the hotel again was what again?
I'm at the Renaissance Bloomington.
The Renaissance in Bloomington. Now, how far is that from Minneapolis?
It's almost like when you go from like San Diego to National City, or you know what I mean? It's a bordering city.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
like from the airport, it literally took less than 15 minutes to get here.
Now, do you stay there often? Because you have business, you do
No,
things out there all the time. You never stayed there before?
no, this is the first time.
Okay, well, I don't understand why you said it like that. I mean, what was that?
I've never
Nah.
stayed here. It was just being very.
Well, no, but you've been to Minneapolis before.
Oh yeah, I've been to Minneapolis many, many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that's why I said. I mean, normally people that've been to a city many times, sometimes they stay at the same place,
It
especially if
just
it's the same type of brand or whatever. But you know what? What do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
no. I'm here for a different purpose, and I'm also here with a larger, group. So with that being
Okay, all
said,
right. I got you. Okay, I got you. That you need to say no more. That's fine. Okay, I've just asking a question. But you like the hotel? How big is the hotel? Is it a big hotel, small hotel,
we have not
meeting
had the
space? Not.
opportunity to explore, but there is, again, I start off with saying that the hospitality is 100% wonderful upon being dropped off at the front door. There is plenty of parking on site, and it's all self parking. I think the fee is $10 a night, if I'm not mistaken. And there is a lobby bar and restaurant that's right behind the registration desk, or adjacent to it, I should say. Very, it gives me, I don't know if you've ever stayed in one of the graduate hotels, but it kind of gives you
Mm.
graduate vibes, but just a couple of steps up. And you definitely get a lifestyle feel, if you will.
Okay.
Very comfortable, very clean. Yeah, no complaints. And you know me,
Hmm.
I am a hotel snob, so.
Yeah, we know, but we'll see after you have room service because I know you're a room service snob too. Do they have room service there? Let me
You
ask
know
that
what?
first.
I'm assuming that they do because there's a menu here. And I think she did tell me that. She was giving me a great deal of information, but I'm going to be honest with you. You know, you asked me about my potting habits and I needed to get to the room. So I was just like, look, I'll get all that information as needed. So look, when a girl's got to go, you got to go, right?
Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. Well, something I was gonna ask you. Dang, 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 dang. Gosh, I can't even remember what I was gonna ask. Um,
I was
dang.
Delta, this is like one of their hubs. So if you're ever coming to the greater Minneapolis area, the Twin Cities, and you come in, I will say this: if if you have an American Express, specifically a platinum card, definitely use their Sky Lounge.
Really?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, okay, flying snob. Okay, hotel snob, flying snob, all that stuff. Okay, but no, that's good. So no, see, those are good tips. When you travel, you should use those
Right.
particular. Yeah, okay, I got you. So now with Delta, are you what is it? I don't know. Are you did you fly in the front of the plane or the back of the plane? Are you
And
preferred with Delta?
I'm
Is that called
elite.
preferred?
I am definitely elite, and
Oh,
yes, I
okay. See, there you go. There you go.
typically, if I can get 2C, that's my seat. So.
2C, that's your
Mhm.
favorite seat?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay.
'Cause
Sounds
you never
good.
wanna sit in first class, you never wanna sit in the front row because you don't have anywhere because there's a bulkhead, so you have to put your, belongings above you, whereas
Hmm.
if you sit 2 or behind, at least in those seats, you can put your belongings underneath the seat in front of you.
Okay. Listen to that. Get little tips there. Little tips
There
from Miss Cheryl Rogers. Okay, the worldwide traveler. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. And hey, you guys are more than welcome to. The people that are looking or listening or watching or whatever, you're more than welcome to make comments. My comment thing is open, so that little thing below you, little chat thing, you can put, say hey, say boo, say what the hell's going on, and if you whatever you want to say, you can say. I don't have to necessarily repeat it. I don't necessarily have to repeat it, but you can say, whatever. So, but no, my chat thing is on. Like I said, I do this every day, Monday through Friday. Just as a check-in. It's called the daily check-in with Russell of hotels. So normally somebody's at a hotel. So normally I could be at a hotel and I'll do one live from there. Uh, Today Cheryl's at a hotel, so it's a good opportunity for her and come on and talk about the Westin and what'd you call it again? What's the city again?
I'm currently in Bloomington, which is in Minneapolis.
Bloomington.
Yes,
Okay.
Bloomington.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Out there in the land of the is it called the land of the lakes? Land of many lakes? Is that what Minneapolis is? Minnesota?
So there's
Something
a lot
like
of
that.
lakes out there, that's for sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, you like Minneapolis? I mean, you've been there many times. How do you like
I have, and I've
as a
been.
destination? How do you like as a destination?
I love it. I think it's beautiful and it's green in the spring and the summer. It gets pretty swampy and hot. I'm not gonna lie, it gets very hot out here. They always say that there's two because I say, oh, you get to see the seasons, and of course I'm a California girl. So when you're coming from out of state, they're like, no, there's two seasons. There's construction season and there's winter. I was just like, oh, okay,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. So
Wow. Now, how's the weather right now? How's the weather right now?
it was a little swamp ass when I got here.
Really?
To me, yeah, it's definitely it's kind of overcast. It's definitely overcast. But what I will say is there is a level of humidity here that I wasn't
Okay. And
expecting.
we know you don't do well. We know that you don't do well in humidity or heat. Because I've traveled with
There you
Cheryl
go. I think
before, and
uh,
oh my gosh, and yeah, you talk about oh
you were
that
so
kind of
mean
stuff.
that day too. By the way, when we were in Detroit, you were absolutely horror. You were horrendous. You were
I
awful.
I don't remember that, but I just remember that somebody was about to pass out, and it wasn't me.
So why was I going to pass out? Why was I going to pass out?
uh, well, I'll just say today, right now, you you're probably dressed how you should have been dressed then. And I
Okay.
mean from the top to the bottom. Okay, you're probably more appropriately dressed now than you should have been the same way when we were in Detroit. Okay, because like I said, yeah, it was a bit toasty. It was a bit toasty, and
To say the least.
yeah, it was a bit toasty, and sometimes we need to dress appropriately for the toastiness. or the lack of toastiness. So,
I think I
but
was
yeah,
dressed appropriately. Thank you very much.
say that again.
I was definitely dressed appropriately. I will say that.
I don't remember that because, like I said, it you were about to pass out, but that's okay.
Hot.
We don't have to go. We don't have to go into all that right now. That's more of a what the hell kind of thing. Yeah, that's more of a what the hell. So okay, anyway. But anyway, I see no comments. I appreciate, anybody from just people watching, listening. I know there's people watching and listening. They just don't want to make comments. That's fine. But like I said, these lives don't necessarily have to be long. I mean, I just like to come on, like I said, do a daily check-in. And today, Cheryl was so gracious to grace us with her presence. You know what I mean? She just got off the plane and to her hotel, and she, emailed me and said, "Oh, let's do. You ready to do a live together?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen." So I appreciate you. I know you're busy, and I know you have work to do, but I appreciate you taking a little time out of your busy schedule to grace us with your presence here on YouTube and LinkedIn. And you're always welcome here, right? You're always welcome to come on this space and talk, right? So, because I appreciate you, I appreciate the collaborations that we do together.
Yes,
When it comes to meetings and things like that, or meetings and the talks that we have similar to this one. So, because we talk about the industry, we talk about what's going on in the industry, from service to hospitality to, expectations and maybe the lack of what we're receiving now. But you did say, and you made it a point to say that you have received some good service and hospitality since you've been there. So that's
absolutely.
that's good. That's good. Now, do you know the protocol for cleaning your room there? Do they clean it?
So they do, and I opted out of the cleaning because I'm only going to be here. Well, we'll see how. I'm pretty good when I'm in a room. I treat it like my own room, but I opted out. So they offered you 760 Bonvoy points.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, to opt out, they offer you points. See,
Yes,
that's
if
what I'm
you need
talking about.
anything, and I will say this, through the Bonvoy app, if you download the app before you come, you can have a mobile key. You can, if you like, for instance, and I did this when I was in Denver. When you have a request, let's say you're at a conference and you're like, you know what, I need additional towels. Like if you've already opted out, and I just want them to bring, or you need a toothbrush. God, I hope you had one. But or whatever it is, you can go through the app free of charge to you, and they'll drop it off, and it'll be waiting, either hanging on your want them to enter, or they'll put it in on the end of your bed or in the restroom.
Okay.
Depending on if you need additional towels or whatever the case may be. So I thought that was really nice. And even when I was here checking in, they asked, that was one of the first questions they asked. They were like, I know that you're here for a few days. Is there anything additional? And when I opted out of I said, well, I would like towels. I said, I gladly take them with me. She's like, oh no, we'll deliver them. I was like, okay. And that was you have a little raise. So yeah,
That's good. That's good. See,
they took it.
because it's not every hotel that's doing that. I mean, they're not letting you know what they're doing. I was in Oakland, your old stomping ground, last week. I stayed at the Courtyard Oakland Airport. Okay, and they didn't ask, they didn't say anything, but they're back to cleaning rooms. I mean, I come back,
Mm.
we come back, and they're right in the middle of cleaning the room. So, which is good. I just wish I had known that was gonna, that was gonna occur. But there's no communication. In fact, the last probably 3 hotels that I stayed in, there was no communication based on that. And I didn't ask. And granted, I didn't ask, but you would think that would be something, that they would, kind of educate you on, or let you know, like, hey, just so you know, this is the policy as far as cleaning your room or whatever. But they didn't do it. They just did it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I would have opted out, but she was already in there, so I'm like, okay, cool, make it happen. But no, that's good, and that's a Marriott property, and then the hotel I stayed in was a Marriott property as well. So you would think that we need to get on the same page somewhere. Okay, let's just communicate a little better, when it comes to that. But But hey, you're happy. I was happy. There you go. That's all that matters, right?
Yes.
Oh God, whatever. So anyway, all right. Well, unless you have any parting shots, parting comments or anything like that.
I will say this. I mean, I literally just got off of a plane, but I will say this, that people need to give each other a little grace. Obviously, we are on the other end of the pandemic, and things are normalizing, if you will. And when I say these things, I often think back to where we were when we first got the news, when we shut down. Remember, we were together when that happened.
Yep.
But I think as we have transitioned into a different space in hospitality and travel, we have to remember to give others grace, whether they're other travelers or maybe it's someone that's working, the desk, customer service, whether you're at the airport or you're at a hotel. But just being a little cognizant that, we're all have dealt with something the last 3 years, and getting your footing back in a space it's going to be different. And so, with that being said, just give each other some grace.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. We all need to do that because we don't know what anyone went through during that thing, and yeah, we sometimes we do need to give people grace. That's a good thing. So, all right. Well, anyway, so I'm sure we'll talk between now and when you leave. Maybe not on
Yes.
this live, but hopefully we can, we'll have a conversation about how things are going there, and when you get back to San Diego, and then I see who is this? Robin Coleman. Hey, rock stars. Hey, Robin, how are you? So
Hi,
let me just
Robin.
see. I can add your comment there, Robin. I just added to the screen, and it just says this from Robin Coleman. She says, "Hey, rock stars. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hope you are well. So happy to join in." Robin says, "So happy to join." Yeah, thank you so much. I know I appreciate you coming on. Robin has been kind of popping in on when I've been doing my lives, and I appreciate that. She's a hospitality professional, and
Awesome.
she be making stuff happen. She be making stuff happen out there in those mean hospitality streets, those mean housekeeping streets.
Be
So
me.
I appreciate, and those can be mean, right? So I do
Mhm.
appreciate you coming on. And what else is she saying? One more comment. She says, "Hey there, beautiful. I am rooting for you, sis." Oh, okay. All right.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
I take
we
all
need
the
to.
encouragement I can
Yeah,
get.
we all need to root for her. That's for sure. So thank you so much for saying
Right.
that. What else
Thank you,
she
Rob.
say? She made a lot of laughing emojis. Okay, so because she's laughing at me. Okay, so there you go. So she's laughing at the comments I'm making. All right, so because sometimes I can be pretty witty. So
Okay.
she said that Russell is pretty witty. But anyway, all right. So, but no, you're right. I know we were supposed to end it by you saying, give people grace. Yes, that's what we should do, right? Other
Right.
than that, I think that is it for me. But like I said, I'll be back tomorrow to do this again, right here on the same platform. Hold on one second. Let me just see what. There's another comment. There's another comment from Robin.
The
Let me
singing.
see. She said, let me put that on the screen. Russell, you're awesome. Please keep the content coming. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play some music because of that. I got a little background music going now. But no, thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate that. Now, I try to keep it coming, right? Like I said, I do these every day, and on social media platforms, the most important thing I always say is being consistent. You know what I mean? Just be consistent. Um, Let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. But you have to
Mhm.
be consistent with that message. Whatever that message is, just be consistent. Nothing works overnight. People will not know you overnight. But just I know I said it 10 times already, but just remain consistent. So there you go. Right, Miss Rogers? You agree?
I agree 100%. And you do such a great job of that, Russell. So thank you.
No, thank you. So I look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. So for everybody listening, I do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels every Tuesday at 1 p.m. And sometimes I have hospitality professionals on there. And this coming Tuesday, Miss Cheryl Rogers will be on there. So, that should be a interesting conversation. And remember, these are not interviews. These are conversations. This is just, two people just talking, chopping it up. Two friends just talking about, the industry and what she does in the industry, how she got in the industry. Remember, and I said this earlier, no two people got in the industry alike. So, we're always interested in educating the people that are coming behind us, because they need to know there's other things to do, within this hospitality space. I mean, we always, restaurant, hotels. Well, what about meeting planning? What about, some of the event planning and things like that? A lot of that stuff didn't even exist when I came up. Okay, when I came up in this industry, it wasn't a thing. Now it's a thing, right? And Cheryl has taken that thing to the nth degree. So yeah, so there you go. So you have anything else to say, Cheryl? I know you had that look on your face like I got to say something.
No, not at all. I appreciate the opportunity to connect with you today, and I look forward to next Tuesday and see you out there in these mean hospitality streets.
Very good. All right. You have a great day. Be safe. Stay safe. And we'll talk soon. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Russell.
You're welcome.
Peace.
Oh, God. Anyway.